So, welcome back to four,
Four.
part four of Infamous Second Son. I am Checkered Loki.
And I'm a mech doll.
Yeah.
So apparently this is take two of actual gameplay footage of our Let's Play.
Yeah, we actually played through our part four and had a nice commentary going, I thought. And
It was a nice commentary.
turned
And
out the capture decided it didn't want to capture. So we're re-recording this.
so hopefully we can recreate some of the previous commentary that we had.
Yeah.
That's at least my hope anyway.
Do I? Nope. I gotta go back through and get all my. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
good.
Yeah, you haven't gotten them
I
at this
know.
point.
God damn it. I was doing so well too.
I
I
know.
thought.
Well, you're gonna die if you don't go hide somewhere.
I'm working on it. What do I got? Oh, come here. Come here. Oh god. Oh, who's throwing
Sure,
stuff?
run right into the bomb. That makes the most sense.
It's not polite to throw things at people.
You have your missiles. R1.
Yeah, and then I missed. Oh god.
Okay, so
Oh god. So I don't even remember what we were talking about originally.
well, I know one of the things I was asking was what the difference is between Infamous 1 and 2 versus Second Son. You know, do you find that you like this game a lot as good as the first two? Because I know you said that you really enjoyed the first two gameplays.
Yeah,
Why don't you blow up
I really enjoyed the
truck?
first two games. I'll get there. I wanna. Where'd he go?
It's right below you.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see him. Oof, and then I missed him altogether. Get over here. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed the first couple, the first two games at least. Um, my original question on this game was whether or not it was going to be a continuation or if it was going to be its own, like a standalone. And from what I can tell, I'm fairly confident that this is just kind of a standalone game that you know really is just using the infamous platform, I guess. Boom! Too close, too close. Ooh, I do want the smoke though.
I will say that I think it is really cool that that as game consoles and platforms progress and new games are coming out left and right. I think it is really interesting and really neat that they're coming out with more accurate depictions of what cities that they are using in said games. Like for example, Seattle with this one. But one of the first ones I know that made such a huge deal was Watch Dogs, which took place in Chicago. And the really neat thing about that was not only was it a fully interactive environment, but it just was incredible. And even people that are local to the Chicago area were saying how impressed they were overall with the game and the sites that were in said. I don't think you have the comment drop yet.
No, I don't.
That they said it was really they were really impressed with how accurate Chicago was and drug bust. Oh, you busted up a drug deal.
Awesome.
No clue what you're doing it.
Glad I could help.
Where?
Yeah,
But
oh god.
I almost tend to wonder, because I mean I've been to Seattle.
Oh, there it is.
I only went. I went in 2007 with my family on a trip to go visit my mom's family because a lot of them live back on the east or west coast between Washington State and California. Really? And one thing I thought was really neat was we were only in Seattle for a little bit, but we went to the Pike Place Market, and I got to see the flying fish guys, which was really cool.
That's where they're throwing them, right?
Yes.
the
basically,
fish place or
yep,
whatever.
you go up and you order from one of the people,
Come on.
and they make like this really huge deal out of it, and like
Well,
they're
yeah,
all they're all
it's like
whooping and hollering
it's a
and
whole
woo,
performance.
you know.
Yeah, it's a whole performance. That's kind of what they're famous for. Is well, at least that
Yes,
specific
they are
place.
notoriously known for that. And what makes this so interesting is because of their notorious notoriety. Um,
Redundant.
for their well, I was gonna say notorious, but notoriety was the correct word. They actually made a book and a video called Fish out of it, and it's actually a really huge seller um, for motivational purposes. So it's
Oh, right
actually
on.
really cool. I've actually had the privilege of reading the book and seeing the video, and it is really motivational. So I see where why they would utilize that group specifically for those purposes.
Yeah.
But one of the coolest stores,
The power.
one of
Oh, there's my pound. My
there's
ground
your
pound.
comet drop. I
Oh
agree, it
yeah.
should be. But one of the coolest things, one of the coolest little shops that I was
Ow.
seeing while I was there was they actually had this store that sold um, movie scripts, copies of movie scripts. There were xeroxed from the original.
Oh, like what was on set, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right on.
And so like one of the well, the only script that I bought there was Clockwork Orange. Um, which I ended up giving as a gift.
Awesome movie.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, you gave that away?
I did. I gave it as a gift.
I'd have hung on to
it was
it.
a very unique gift.
I've got an
and
old. Oh, sorry.
no, I was just gonna say, and I knew that the person that really like would have really appreciated it because he
Yeah.
really did have an affinity for the movie. So
It's a great movie.
oh, absolutely.
Disturbing, but really good.
It is. But what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say I have an original, or rather a Xerox of an original copy of the Dogma script from
Oh.
Kevin Smith.
Very nice. Also an excellent movie as well.
Yes, very different kind of movie though. Oh, cutscene.
Um,
So then is this like Seattle?
well, obviously there's the Space Needle.
Yeah.
But
How do I get down here now?
the well, your cutscene's over, so you had to come down
So
here.
it moves me?
That's
Not
what I'm guessing.
Not cool, yo.
I wonder if you can steal a car, like
No,
in Grand Theft Auto.
no, just destroy them.
Oh,
there's
okay.
a
Honestly, when we
quadcopter.
were in
There he is.
when we were in Seattle, um, outside of those two places, like I really didn't
Damn
get a
it.
chance to tour the city a whole lot.
Yeah.
But I will say that the hills were extremely steeply graded, probably
Oh,
about
really?
a 45-degree angle,
See, and that's
roughly.
I wouldn't have thought that in Seattle.
Oh yeah,
Like, angles and stuff. Like, well, angles
grades, I guess. That's the
Yes.
proper terminology for hills, but
of. I apologize. The grades of hills and mountains. Is that better?
yes,
Um,
I have an OCD about lexicon.
you, I always hear about the steepness of it all, from like Colorado and things like that. Like I wouldn't have thought Seattle would have been really known for that, or I guess not really known
Well,
for it. But
They aren't really known for it, but like it is something that I definitely noticed when driving in Seattle down the very steep hills.
Yeah.
My mom had a bit of rider's anxiety when we were driving because
I have that on flat ground.
she was really freaked out because my brother-in-law was driving,
Where is
and my brother-in-law tends to be a bit of a speed demon at times,
Mm,
kind of a lead foot,
good
which
song.
you know
Where is it?
isn't
There
such
it
a
is.
bad thing, but when you're going down very steep grades
Ha.
in Seattle and trying to drive around, probably not the best
Love
for
it.
somebody with
Oh,
rider's
no.
anxiety. So,
Oh.
um,
Yeah, no, that would have been. Oops. Sorry, civilian. Shouldn't have been there.
but yeah, so that was my brief trip to Seattle. One of the coolest places. I would actually like to go back and take like an actual vacation there as opposed to just
Yeah.
kind of
all I really,
driving a little bit around.
yeah,
But
all I really know about Seattle is from Frasier, uh,
which is
which,
it was an awesome show.
oh yeah, I love that show. Oh look, Human Centipede. No, I love that show, even though it's been canceled for fucking ever. Like that that's a show they need to pick back up. Kelsey Grammer needs work, and that's like the one thing he's best known for, I think. That and
Cheers.
well, Cheers, yeah, but where do you think Frasier came from? Cheers.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's just whoa, an offshoot of it.
But didn't he say that his parents were dead? I
Yeah,
thought.
yeah, and that's addressed in Frasier because
Oh, I must have missed that episode. I didn't get to watch every single episode of Frasier,
oh,
but I watched a few of them.
I've
Quite
seen
a
them
few,
all.
most of them.
I've watched through that series. I don't know how many different times now, and yeah, no, because some of the Cheers characters
Mhm.
make cameos on his show.
Mhm.
You know, obviously because they want to remind people that oh yeah, this isn't
This
its
is where he
own.
came from.
Yeah, this isn't its own show now. I mean, it is, but like this is a. Damn it! Now I forgot the technical term of what.
Spin-off.
Yeah, spinoff. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is this a side mission? Yes, it is. Secret agent mission. I don't want to do that stuff right now.
Secret agent man.
Um, what was I saying?
You're talking about the spin-off. Frasier being a spin-off when we were talking about his parents.
What? What was that?
He's skateboarding on the monorail.
He didn't do it that time. Oh god, nope, stay up there. Nope, stay up there. Oh, how many dashes can I do in a row? No, damn it. Damn it.
You're right there by the hole.
I
You
know.
just climb up it.
But he doesn't climb like Cole does. That was one of the things I noticed. One of the big differences I've noticed anyway is that
Oh, you can do another upgrade.
Seattle doesn't have quite as many ledges for me to jump from. That's why my jumping kind of
Sucks.
is, well, yeah. I was going to say is more sporadic because I'm used to, you know, just mashing X to get up a building like Cole or with Cole. So with this guy, you know, it doesn't. Delson, that's his name. Doesn't seem to climb nearly as well as Cole does.
Gotcha.
I don't know.
So you were saying about the spin-off.
Yeah, just they reference that point that you made about his parents were supposedly dead,
Right.
and when the people from Cheers would cameo, they're like, "Oh, I thought your dad was dead," and then of course Martin, his dad, you know, was like, "Oh, thanks, you know, see how important I am," blah blah blah, whatever the line is, but yeah, no, it's funny, you know, that you made that comment because it does actually become or get addressed, so to speak, in the series.
But I mean, yeah, it's I don't know. I just
But yeah,
think...
that shows the only reason I know anything about Seattle. Sorry, guys.
Well, I think
I do wanna
think a
visit your
trip to
city sometime,
Seattle
though.
would be a good idea.
Yeah,
It's
it'd
kind of
be
like
fun.
a vacation, but you know, I think it would be cool, you know, to like go to some of the places maybe
Oh, that's
that
another
we
mission.
saw in Frasier, or you know, even just
Well, I'm sure.
if there exists. Like I know, for example,
Yeah,
like in
like,
Seinfeld. I
he-
know you don't watch that show.
No, God no.
I used to watch
Not a
episodes of
fan at
Seinfeld.
all.
It was okay. It wasn't the best show I've seen, but I mean, it was all right. But one thing that is kind of interesting is if you go to New York City, for example,
Get out of here.
in the diner that they actually did a lot of the filming for a lot of the episodes where they'd end up in Seinfeld,
Yeah.
that's actually a real diner.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so that's why I was saying is, oh, there goes the Tyrannosaurus.
Oh, God. Oh, I'm sorry, T-Rex.
You killed
Come
the
on.
T-Rex. Again. But
Yeah.
yeah, like the diner is actually it's real and it actually still serves food and everything.
Well,
So
that's cool, I
so
guess.
that's why I'm thinking like, well, maybe maybe there's a couple of places that that were maybe in Frasier that they would go to that maybe are actually existing
Uh,
and real that you
I
could go visit and maybe order from and stuff like that.
honestly, I don't think that there are. Oh God, now I got no health, and
Triangle.
I would
Oh
love to if it.
no.
God damn it. Uh, all right, let's try this again. Um, no, most of Frasier was done on a set, and they
Oh,
just had like exterior shots to make people feel like it was in
gotcha.
Seattle.
Well, I guess maybe you would know because, like I said,
Oh
you
yeah, I watched the
watched the show in and out.
shit out of that show.
It was a good show. I mean, I
I
caught
love that.
most of the
Oh yeah,
episodes,
I loved it.
but
I used to watch it all the time when I was a kid, and now with the advent of Netflix and Hulu and all that, like
mm-hmm.
I've probably watched it the whole series maybe 2 or 3 times
Oh wow.
since then. It's just I don't know. I always felt I guess a kind of connection
Mm-hmm.
to that show. It was I don't know family I never had
Mm-hmm.
because I grew up obviously just me and my mom. So
Mm-hmm.
well I can't say that. I was raised primarily by my mother, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Not that dad wasn't around. I don't want people to get that impression. He was. He did his thing. But my parents were divorced when I was 15 months old, so I spent most of my life with my mom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, good proportion of it. So I don't know. I always just kind of
Oh,
oh god,
there he is.
god. I don't know. I always had kind of a connection with Frasier, I
Mm-hmm.
guess. I'm and for the life of me, I probably can't come up with a good psychological reason, even though I'm sure he could. Come on! Oh, did I get him? Nope. God damn it. Uh, so, for whatever reason, then yeah, I just really dug that show and could watch it over and over. Come on. Oh god, don't freaking die on me. Come on, oh, god damn it. I was pushing the thing. You know, as cool of a thing as the touchpad is
Mm-hmm.
on the PS4,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I get up there. I have very mixed emotions about it because it's neat, but worthless. Like there's no real good use for it, and I don't have enough thumbs to do all of this.
Well, I mean, well, back to the identifying with the TV shows. I mean, there are things I'm sure that people have watched that, everybody's different that they can identify
Oh
with
sure.
various shows. Um, Me personally, I don't really,
Do you see that?
yeah.
I lobbed. Sorry, I lobbed one of those across the way, and the guy just went wee.
I don't know if there was any like real show personally that I watched as a kid that I really identified with.
No.
Um, no, because I was one of those kids. Like I was more. I don't know. I guess I was more angsty as a child and a
Uh,
teenager. That I spent most of my growing up. I grew up in a two-bedroom house with five people. So
yeah.
I
That's
pretty much shared a bed with both of my sisters until
go. Thank
probably
you.
junior high.
Thank you.
And then when my parents separated and got back together, by that time we all had separate beds. But up until that point, we all shared a bed. So of course there was absolutely no privacy in my house at any point in time in my
Oh
life.
yeah.
So for me, it was more or less like I was more interested in other things, like going outside majority of the time, spending most of my time outside, writing, plays and songs and stories and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
More escaping into like my own little world because that was all I had because I didn't
Sure.
have really an outlet.
Well, yeah.
Until like Mario came along, and then of course then I learned the art of video games, and obviously that's where we are today now is
Yep.
because of that introduction. So thanks, Mom and Dad, for the Nintendo, or
Yeah.
I guess the Atari, because that was the first game
Oh.
system we actually owned, was an
Oh,
Atari.
you're not shooting at me. This guy is.
And so
Oh,
yeah, it's
come on, Cole. Cole. I called him.
Cole
Yeah.
Delson.
Delson.
Delson's the guy's name.
Delson.
Oh, you're gonna have to go like
Yeah,
run and hide somewhere.
I know. I'm trying to get up here. There's more smoke up here that I can ingest. Come on, fumey goodness. There we go. Alright. You know what?
There was somebody that needed healing by that building too.
Yeah, I know. And they probably aren't going to make it. Just, sorry. Oh. Okay, you know what? There. We're gonna decimate you. And decimate you. Oh, oh, come here. Get him. Oh, where did he come from? How, was there...
I don't see anybody.
What
Maybe
the...
they're from down the ground and they're shooting up because that was a pretty steep angle.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was behind me, because it looked like it... Yeah, it looked like it came from behind me. Haha. Got him. Sit down. Oh, God. No, no, no. Okay, there we go. No, 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 no. Bad sniper. No. Triangle. Come on. Dude, you're getting frustrating. Where'd he go?
There he is. He's running away from you. He's like,
Come
fuck
here,
this, I'm out.
I need good karma. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Always create good karma when you have opportunities to.
Well, yeah. I feel like that's a good good life lesson, at least. Oh, yeah, and you're supposed to, like, destroy cameras and stuff.
Yeah, I don't remember any of that.
Yeah. There are a lot of details in this game that I've just kind of glossed over. Oh, I can throw one of those, though. Oh, I need smoke. I need smoky goodness.
Go beat up a car.
Yeah.
Go beat up a Honda.
Get over the wall. Over the wall. Ah! Into more guys. There are lots of people that I can... Okay, well...
Oh, you assaulted the civilian.
I hit triangle. You shouldn't have assaulted him. Oh, and now I have no smoke. Dash on out of here. Excuse me. Excuse me. We'll double dash. There we go. Oh. And land on a railing.
Perfect ending to a perfect day.
Yeah. It's so nice.
Just, have a cup of coffee and relax.
Yeah. At least it's not raining. Right,
That's true.
Right, Seattle?
That's very true.
They're probably... People in Seattle are probably just like, God, shut up.
We're like, I'm
Yes,
tired of the rain.
It rains. We get it. There we go. Full health.
I will say that surprisingly, Seattle is very chilly in the middle of summer.
Yeah?
Yes. When we went up there...
Is that because of the rain?
I don't know if it's because of the rain or if it's because they're close to, if it's because it's a state on the coast, so naturally their sea level is
pretty far north too.
Yeah, so I don't know if if it's a combination of all those things, but when we went, I remember my mom telling me, okay, when you pack, make sure you bring long sleeves, jeans. And I'm like, Mom, you do realize this is July, right? Like this is not September. And she's like, trust me. And I was like, okay, so I did.
Had she been there then? I take it.
No, I think it was. Oh
Okay.
yeah, she had been there back in
Oh, that's what I need.
2003 when my grandmother passed away. She made a trip up
I
to
think I missed.
Montesano, which is where my aunts and uncles were living at the time.
Oh, really?
And yeah, she had been up there because my grandmother was on life support, and they
Oh,
were taking her off at that time.
that
Um,
sucks.
she had passed away. So my mom had been up to Washington State once, to my
Mm.
knowledge. So she had a bit of knowledge as far
Oh,
as like what to
why are you
expect.
assaulting?
I would just not touch them because
Well,
then
I
it'll
have to
wear.
heal him. I was hitting triangle to heal civilian.
No, I would just not touch them and then see let it kind of just dissipate and see they may just heal on their own.
Uh,
Realistically, but yeah, it was. So yeah, I thought my mom was crazy when she told me that. So sure enough, I was like, all right, well, whatever. So I packed what she told me to pack,
yeah.
and sure enough, like I was very thankful that I did listen to my mother, because we went camping that Fourth of July weekend, and by the middle of the night, like I was in like 3 layers of clothing and jeans and shoes and socks, and I was still freezing
Wow.
in the middle of the night. And so yeah, so definitely it's a much colder place, a cooler place. When we went to Seattle, I ended up buying a sweatshirt, a hoodie, because it had started raining, and with the
Uh,
rain it got really cool really fast.
oh
So
yeah.
yeah,
Well,
I was in definitely hoodie weather, I
wet
would say.
and chilly and
Hmm.
yeah.
But it was still such a neat place, and like I said, I totally like to go back sometime. But
I would like to check it out eventually.
well, there you go, we'll plan a trip.
There.
We'll go to Seattle.
Okay.
But
Works for me.
well, it looks
So,
like you've destroyed some of the people.
yeah, I got a little work done. Got one of my abilities back at least. That
We'll have to get the next one in the next episode then.
it's a cool shot, I think.
Very pretty.
Yeah, we'll end it on that very pretty picture. uh, all right, so next time we'll pick up from here. Then we'll
Until next time.
we'll play on the roof some more. Yeah, next time.
Bye.
Later.